Hello everybody. Last time I did a review of the Filofax Pocket Finchley, and today I'm going to do a review of its smaller cousin, the Filofax Mini Finchley. Now you may have seen this during a guest appearance in the last video, and whereas I have never used the Pocket Finchley, the Mini Finchley has been very heavily used. In the meantime, I've given it a saddle soap wash and going over with some beeswax. But you can see it's still very scuffed and very used. But then that's to be expected because it really has been heavily used. And the great thing about the Mini is that it's portable, and therefore you can throw it in your pocket, throw it in your bag and take it with you, and therefore it does get scuffed and it does get damaged. So this obviously is not going to be the way you buy it if you buy a nearly new one, but this particular version is very loved, as they say. They are no longer available for purchase directly from Filofax. And this is an organizer that can really be used as a wallet. It's very portable, easy fits into a pocket, and there is space for banknotes, though not really good space for coins. But then the use of coins these days is fairly rare, so you can get away with not having coins with you, I would have said. It's a Mini. It's only 12 centimeters tall. It's 9.2 centimeters wide, excluding the closure loop. Sorry, the closure strap and the pen loop. And it's about 2.8 centimeters thick. This is yellow leather. The Finchleys have this seam running around them. This is a design choice. It doesn't have a purpose. And on the outside, you just have the Filofax logo on the spine. This leather has become very supple because it's been used a lot. It starts off quite stiff, but it does soften with age, of course. The closure is with a popper, as you can see. And so, there's a difference with the Pocket Finchley in that the Mini has this back pocket, the length of the organizer, which is lined in yellow nylon. And this is absolutely ideal for putting banknotes in. So this is one of the things that make this ideal as a wallet and notebook combination. Inside we have embossing the words Filofax Mini Finchley Deluxe Leather. There are two slots. They're not really card slots because they're larger than credit cards or business cards. You can see they're slightly larger, and they go the full depth. So in this one the card disappears into it, but they go the full depth to the bottom of the organizer, and they are lined with the same yellow nylon in this case. They face inwards, which as always I think is a good thing, because then things will fall. If something falls out, it falls into the organizer and not out of it. And it makes the organizer more easily reversible should you want to use it. If you're left-handed, you can use it the other way around. The rings are, according to my measurements, 14 millimeters, so they're very small. Whenever I measure the rings, they're always a millimeter or so different from the official versions, but my measurement shows these as 14 millimeters. And they hold paper which is 6 by 8 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. As you can see, I have thrown scrap into this because this was really my notebook for on the go. So I just cut paper to size, and it's very rough and ready. But you can still get inserts for the Mini. On the other side of the rings, on the right hand side, we have a zipped pocket with a nylon, a latticed nylon outer. Now, as I said last week with the pocket Finchley, I was first a little confused about the fact that this is wider in the middle and smaller at the ends, and I thought this was an error, but thinking about it more, you can't have a straight line of stitching here because you will go straight down. You would destroy a single line of the plastic lattice underneath, and that would cause this lattice to rip, this lining to rip. So the wonky stitching on here means that you don't weaken this lattice. So that's deliberate. We have a zip pocket which goes into the behind the lattice here. This of course could be used for coins if you want to. I wouldn't want to because it disrupts the writing surface for the paper. So if you want to use it as a notebook, I would not advise putting coins in here, but it's there if you wanted to. Again, the zip, as always with Filofax, unfortunately the zip is not ideally placed. When you close the organizer, the zip and the paper will clash, and the zip will slowly nibble away at the paper. So yeah, that's common with a lot of Filofaxes, and unfortunately also common with Filofaxes. There's a complete inability to get the pen loop correct. The pen loop in this case again is all leather, there's no elastic, so you are really limited in the size of the pen you can put in here, and basically you can go up to 0.8 millimeters diameter and no more. So even a small pen like this is a Yarder lead pen which was designed to go with smaller Filofaxes, it won't fit in because it is 0.9 millimeters, and that extra millimeter just stops me being able to put anything into it. So I have to try and force that out. This Yarder lead, which is 0.8 millimeters diameter, fits in, but anything of any other diameter won't. So inevitably, of course, I had to put my own pen loop in because the pen loop provided by Filofax just wasn't fit for purpose. Yeah, I'm getting used to it by now that Filofax just cannot get this right, but there we are. This is not a new organizer, but they don't seem to be getting any better, but that's a different story. It lies flat generally. There is a slope because you can see you have this spine here which sticks up, and this also prevents it from coming back up onto itself, so you can't fold it back onto yourself. So when you do put it down, there is a slope, a slight slope, so it's not entirely flat, and it does not lie open. Now this has been well used and it's been well trained, and it doesn't flap close like the pocket version did, but it still is not really, it doesn't really lie flat. You still need to put your fingers on it to be able to actually use this, and this is unfortunate about this product, but it's no problem if you just holding it in your hands like this, it'll stay. With this little angle here, it'll stay. You can write, you can close it, you can pop it in your bag. It's a great little product, really. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but if you're looking for a notebook where you can store some of what you normally have in a wallet, such as banknotes, such as some shop cards. Then this is a nice little thing, and I have used this heavily, so I can't really say that it's no good. I don't use it at the moment because I have found another solution for the number of cards and so on I have, and the lower amount of cash I've had to use during the pandemic, so that you don't have to carry cash around with you as I did before. So this is, apart from the pen loop, nice little product, very nicely portable. I wouldn't use it as a diary. For example, it's far too, the pages are far too small for me and I couldn't get much on it. But if you are able to use something this small for a diary and a notepad and a wallet, then this gives you a perfect portable solution. Hope you found that helpful. See you next time.